Israelite family, what it do, everybody? What it do? I got a couple of words I want to say, y'all. Pardon me. And it's pertaining to Yah is raising Israel back up like he promised, and he's bringing Psalm 83 back down. This is what is going on. I was seeing different videos on YouTube recently that these Esau over here in America and the Gentiles are coming down hard on some of these immigrants, you know, telling them that, you know, it's too many of you guys that coming over here and you guys are overpopulating us, you know, the white people. They're saying that the immigrants are overpopulating them and they're trying to like take over the country, and we would like for y'all to go back to your own countries and stuff like that. See, but they were invited here by Esau. All these immigrants, they were invited here by Esau. Okay, now you know you had the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965. You know, after our people had marched and shed blood, sweat, and tears, you know, during the civil rights movement and stuff, you know, for equal pay, equal rights, and equal justice and stuff like that. And so they passed the Voting Rights Act in 1964. President Johnson signed that. And so our people was thinking like we will progress in a little. And then they came up with this Immigration Nationality Act of 1965. And so the government of America was changing, you know, how the immigration thing was going to be handed down from then on. Like mostly the immigrants that was allowed to come here were mostly from Europe. So after this Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, they was allowing immigrants from all around the world to come here and get perks and dainties as long as they hated Negroes. And now, all of a sudden, Esau is trying to kick all of the immigrants out of the country, talking about they're overpopulating and they're getting to be more in number than they are. But see, what's going on is something spiritual. See, what's going on that they don't understand is something spiritual. See, we so-called Negroes were hated by all these immigrants, okay? And that was part of how they got their dainties and their perks, as long as they hated us. And see, now a lot of them are starting to realize they sided with the wrong group, okay? And so Yah was just testing them out, allowing the nations to be above his chosen people, the Israelites, to see how they was gonna act pertaining to his chosen people. And they all have dropped the ball in one way or the other. So what's going on spiritually, family, is that the curses that the Israelites were placed under by our Father has ended. And Yah said in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. Let me find it real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. Yah says this to our people. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Adonai, thy Elohim, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. You see, family, that's what's going on. When we were under the curses, Israelites hated Israelites. Before Yah allowed the nations to take our people down, Israelites was killing Israelites. That was the sign of the curses that they were on us. And see, now Yah has taking the curses off of the Israelites like he promised he would when we turn back to him. And now he's placing the curses on those who hate us and those who have oppressed us. And now Esau is turning against the immigrants. And I even heard talk, and it's on the news up here in Minnesota, and I've seen it on YouTube also, that the politicians, the Gentile politicians, the Republicans, are coming against the Somalians. A lot of Somalians in Minnesota. And they make up a large population also in Minneapolis. I used to live among them over there in the Cedar Riverside area back in the 90s when I first got up here. And so the Republicans are trying to come down on the Somalians up here in Minnesota. And you have a Congresswoman, Ilman. She's a Somalian politician, and they've been wanting to get rid of her, because she has, a propensity against the state of Israel. But anyhow, so what's going on is just, Yah is just flipping the script. The curses were on his chosen people, the Israelites, but we have suffered the punishment of those curses, family. And like he promised, he was going to put the curses on those who hate us and those who oppress us. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Yah is raising the Israelites back up, and Psalm 83 is being brought down by our Father. That's what's taking place, family. And I had a dream maybe about a year ago, family. And it was a few of my siblings who are still alive and myself. And we were all in a house and just chit-chatting, chopping it up. And so our brother William came in, and he was dealing with substance abuse. And so he said to us, "Can I get $10 from somebody?" And all the rest of us, looked at each other without speaking words. We all knew that he was dealing with substance abuse issues and that he wanted some money probably to get some dope. So nobody said nothing. And then he said, "That's all right, don't worry about it, it's cool." And then he left out the door. And I'm thinking like this, man, that's my brother. What the heck is $10? I took out the door behind him. "Chili Will, hold on, man, I got it." But he was running in this open field away from the home that we was in. And he was running in this open field. It was dark outside, and I'm trying to call him back. "Hey, Will, I got it. You can get the $10 from me, bruh." And then all of a sudden, a gold lion with wings came from the sky and flew ahead of him and landed. It lit up the area where it landed. It was a large lion, bigger than a boxcar off of a train. It was longer than one of them and much wider than one of them. So a lot of people could have gathered on the back of this lion. So my brother was running toward it, and I couldn't catch him. He was gone. And so he got up on top of the lion, and then the lion just started rising up in the air slowly. And I'm looking up, and it's nighttime, but it's glow around this gold lion with wings, a huge lion with wings, family. And I'm looking at it, and it got to be about like maybe 120 feet, the height of a 12-story building. And I'm looking at it. It wasn't flying real fast, and it veered to the right. And then all of a sudden, a Gentile man and a Gentile baby boy fell off of it and landed on the ground real hard. And I looked down at them, and they both appeared to be dead. They wasn't moving. And I looked back up at the flying lion with my brother on the back, and it was still flying slowly, just going higher and higher, but slow. Gold, just gold glowing, this gold bright light glowing from it. It was a gold lion with big wings. And I'm thinking like, what is this all about? What is this? And my brother, he was gone. And then all of a sudden I woke up, family. And immediately I said, Father, I said, Holy Spirit, what was that about? See, most dreams are just dreams, but some of them are significant and they mean something. And if you ever having a dream, family, and you feel that to you is significant, when you wake up, don't just be thinking about it and wondering, and then you, when I see so-and-so or hear, so I'm going to contact so-and-so and tell him and ask him what, no, I immediately ask the Ruach and the Father, what was this dream about? And this is what I did. As soon as I woke up, I said, Father, Ruach HaKodesh, what was that about? As I'm laying in my bed. And what immediately hit my spirit was that the Lion of the tribe of Judah. I was like, Israel. Israel is rising. And I thought about the Gentile man and the Gentile boy that fell off of it. They are coming down. We have been risen back up by our Father. And the Gentiles in Psalm 83 are coming down. That's what that dream meant. I didn't share it before now because it was time for me to share it right now. Okay, so what we see going on in this country and around the world, Yah is just stirring up the pot. He has placed the curses on those who hate us, who oppressed us. The curses that were on Israel, the so-called Negroes, he has placed them on Esau, those who oppressed us and those who hate us. And this is what's going on in America and around the world. So that's why I see videos with, Esau and Gentiles talking about the immigrants who they invited to come over here and get these perks and these dainties as long as they hated the Negroes. Now they are starting to see they sided with the wrong group. But see, there's recompense and retribution for all that they have done to Yah's chosen people. So family, I wanted to share this. It was in my spirit early this morning. I said, I got to say something to our Father because I want to go before the people and share this. That we know that Yah is raising the Israelites back up. And Psalm 83 and Esau are coming down. And he showed me this in a dream, like I say, about a year ago. And so family, please stay tuned for my next video with scriptures that will be called Divine Judgment of the Oppressors of Israel. Divine Judgment of the Oppressors of Israel. I almost did it yesterday when I got out of work. I said, no, I'm going to save it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it after work today or after work tomorrow. But it will be coming soon. Okay, family? Whenever the Holy Spirit, say, okay, now is the time. I know when it will be the time is when I read over it again. I won't be able to contain it then. See, I got the scriptures already, chosen, the ones that I'm going to read. And I got a couple coming out of the 66 too, to go along with the ones coming out of the first book of Enoch from the Ethiopian Bible. So that will be on tap next, family. So I'm going to try to munch on a couple of snacks before it's time for me to go back in there to work. Okay, so one love to everybody, and shalom.